What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? And welcome back to the Late Night Show with Dr. Kojo. I am your host, Kojo Sarfo, checking in from sunny Los Angeles, California. It really wasn't a sunny day here. June gloom is a thing, and it's kind of been like, but I'm excited to be here for an episode of the Late Night Show. We will do our best to have a show, maybe about 30 minutes or so, and then have to hit the road and get to the crypto.com arena for the Zach Bryan show, because Zach Bryan is in LA, and I want to go see that. So I am very, very excited for that. Here's my blurb, obviously, little bit about me. I can't talk for whatever reason. Go ahead and use the comment section to let me know where you're checking in from, and then we will get to it. Libby, is this live or are we asking a question? This is actually live, so we're live right now. Shan, thank you so much for your attention. I'm sorry that you're going through a hard time, and I'm hoping that things get a little bit better for you. Latrice, thank you so much. Hoping you are doing well. OG Bookworm in the house. West Palm Beach. Montreal in the house. Memphis, Tennessee in the house. Okay. I'm here from Los Angeles, California. We have the Pacific Northwest in the house, obviously with Libby. And today we're going to be talking about 3 things you need if you're neurodivergent. 3 things you need. Keyword is need. Not want, but things you need. 3 things you need. And I came up with a short little list. Hopefully it's helpful for you. And I'm hopeful that this is something that you can... I'm hoping that this is something that you can use for not only yourself, but also for your friends. Eau Claire, Wisconsin in the house. Abu, what's up? What's up, Abu? Oh, no, Abu's okay. Abu's okay. I ain't tripping. Awesome. I just had a Zoom with my psychiatrist. Okay. I have a Zoom with mine this week as well. Phoenix in the house. A dog. Abu, yeah, that's one of my sister's dog. Abu! Okay. We got the day ones in here. Let me see. All right. This is what you need. Abu. Latrice says she needs that Abu. Oh boy. Abu. She needs that Abu. Well, what we need is a way of life that doesn't stress us out too much, and a system that allows us to be who we want to be and get things done. And that's very difficult when you're neurodivergent. And that's why I've come up with these 3 things. Yeah, Libby, it's not rainy here in Los Angeles, but it's been a little bit cold and it's been a little bit gloomy. So we've had to really rely on our coping skills. So that way we're not feeling sad and feeling down, because we're a little bit spoiled out here. All right. Number 1, the 3 things you need if you're neurodivergent. Okay. Simple system for getting things done. The key word here is simple. A simple system for getting things done. As simple as it can be for you. Okay. So let's talk about the laundry. It may take you 3 days to do the laundry because you have a day where you put it in the washer and put it in the dryer. Another day where you put it in your backup room, and then another day where you bring it from your backup room into your living room or your bedroom, and you get it done. Maybe you have a system for getting the chores done. Maybe you split it up with your kids, your spouse, your parents, whoever you live with. But having a simple system for getting things done is so huge. It doesn't have to be simple for anybody else, but it has to be simple for you. A simple system, because keep in mind, there's a delay, especially for people with ADHD. When you're doing things after, like one thing after the next, there's a delay between tasks, like each task. So let's say you have to do the laundry, get an oil change, do groceries, and get some homework done. In between each of these tasks, it takes you a longer time to go from task 1 to task 2 as compared to a neurotypical person. So the chances of you finishing one task and never getting to the second one is is higher than a neurotypical person. So what you're gonna find out is that after the first thing, you might be burnt out. You never get to the second thing, or maybe you get 2 done, and then you forget that you had 3 and 4 done. And if you did those things out of order and it wasn't priority, then we're kind of stuck, right? We're kind of stuck. So it's very important to have a simple system for getting things done. Anytime, Sammy, I appreciate you. Sammy says, so long to finish laundry. It'll get washed, fold and put away. It's all over my house. Right. So, Sammy, what's an easy way to do this? What's an easy way to do this? Keep in mind, maybe the body doubling thing is something that's helpful. So maybe during the time that I go live on Facebook, now is the time to go out and start folding your clothes, because now you got some extra stimulation going. So this could be the time to get the laundry folded. Or maybe you can cut on your favorite podcast. Maybe cut on the NBA Finals on Thursday and then start doing some work while you're watching the games. That way you feel like you're being productive. Libby says, another day where you put everything together. That's me right there. It is hard to fold. Laundry 7 to 10 business days, right? 7 to 10 business days. It's very, very difficult. I think my dictionary has a typo when I look up simple. The Texas. All right. Let me see. Crystal, thank you very much. Thank you for your attention. I appreciate you. I'm part of the Neurospicy Squad as well. So, I am my target audience. So I appreciate you. Cynthia, what's going on? Not a bad idea. Hard with kids and being a single mom with ADHD. I am all over the place. So, Sammy, you are all over the place. That's fine. But now you just have to find your people who will go all over the place with you. Okay? So just keep that in mind. Same, I must have a thesaurus. Morgan the Void, how are you doing? I'm happy to see you. Can you explain body doubling? Yeah, so body doubling is me talking to you on Facebook Live, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch, and then you using my voice, and I'm in your living room or I'm on your phone. You're using my voice, you're using this video to get things done. So you're hearing me, and at the same time, you're doing some dishes, you're doing some laundry. You might even be in the car listening. And if you are, just make sure you're paying attention to the road. But it's just using another person's presence to get things done. I definitely struggle with initiating tasks. My problem with systems is I'll start using one for a while, then stop. So frustrating that I can't seem to give myself what my autism definitely wants. And Shannon, this is where we're going to talk about community and other people and getting help from others. But when you have a system that works, sometimes we tend to want to go away from it. We need to bring it back. We need to bring it back. And I do this all the time. I have a good system, and then I'm like, oh, well, let me try to. And I need people to say, Coach, like, slow down, bring it in. Let's figure out what works. Because you had what was working, and then for whatever reason, you went to something else. Austin said business days like 5 weeks. Ashlyn, I think we've talked about this before, but they'll ask you questions about your day-to-day life, and just be prepared to talk about the things that you struggle with, and if you struggle to regulate your mood and or attention, anything in relation to that, it can be helpful to write those things down. It's like someone's presence is helping. How many planners do you have? I have a couple of planners, and I just got what does this planner say? What does it say? Passion planner? Somebody sent this planner to me in the mail, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna use this planner. I'm gonna use it. I already have a couple of planners, but I think I plan on using this planner. I think I'm not sure. Peeling potatoes, okay. Any use for tough for stopping certain aspects of mirroring in a relationship. What do you mean? Taking on the affect of what your partner is doing? Is that what you mean by mirroring? I have a working person. They keep mixing up. Well, maybe look into combining the two potentially. It's not hard asking for help. It's hard knowing how to communicate. Oh, okay. It's hard. Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. Asking for help requires you to know what you need help with, and then for you to articulate that to the person. So it's not as simple as people would think it is. I was just thinking about you. I appreciate you, Ocean. Hope you're well. I'm watching you and my show at the same time. ADHD, are you familiar with the frontal lobe development with ADHD? I am, and it's a bit more delayed than it is with a neurotypical person. So if you have ADHD, on average, your frontal lobe develops a little bit later. So yeah, I have a planner, and it's still the page says March 1st. I'm behind here. Well, don't feel bad. I haven't even used my planner that I'm planning to use. So I'm all over the place too. For instance, I seem to pick up some of my husband's ADHD traits, and I don't want them. So Amber, I will say this: you tend to take on the traits of the people that you hang out with the most. So I'm assuming you live with your husband. You probably pick up on some of his traits, and likewise, he will pick up on your traits as well. I think it can be helpful to maybe verbalize, in a nice way, some things that he does that you're starting to do, and then come up with solutions. Because if you just point it out, it's like you're pointing out the flaw. But when you come up with a solution or a suggestion, then it just lets him know that you're working with him, not against him. Mio planners, this would be the one. This plan. It's tough. It's tough because we'll plan up and down all day. That's if we get to the planning, and then when it's time to do the thing, we're like, I'm good. But we get the dopamine from planning, but it's tough. My wall calendar is October of what? Last year or October of what year? Are you in the future? Psychiatrist said I have pretty severe ADHD, and he does know me well. But I wonder, how does he know? Am I the obvious? Well, you may be. You may be. It's better to be aware, because if you have severe ADHD and you're aware, then you're aware. So more or less you're okay because you know how to plan for things. But when you don't know, that's when you're like, something's going on, and I'm not sure what it is, but something's going on. I hang out with my dog. That's actually helpful. Right, Amber, exactly. So when you offer a solution, it shows that you're on the same team, which people know, but from time to time you kind of forget. What's up, Taylor? How are you doing? So a simple system for getting things done. Number 2, let me drop this one in here and let y'all marinate on it, and then let me go get some water right here. Number 2 is a safe space to unmask. I'm gonna let that one just sit for a little bit and get some water. Hey, Abu. All right, so number 2 is you need a safe space to unmask and to be you. Okay, let me read these comments real quick. I'm very obvious off meds. Oh wow, you feel awesome. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna take pride in it. Today was the first day in a long time I completed 50% of my to-do list. I find myself in freeze mode, but I'm pushing every day to gain more order in my everyday life. Congratulations. That is the first love of the show of the week. Congrats, congrats, congrats. I see the guitar. I'm a singer and competitively sing. Oh, that's my outlet and my second persona. If you will, do you feel like your ADHD is completely manageable with hobbies? That's my unmasking. That's a good question, Sammy. Yeah, I have to make time for hobbies. A lot of times I don't when I get behind on things, but whenever I do make time for hobbies, I do feel a lot better. So it's about allowing yourself to have some time in your day and your week to do things that you enjoy. And my simple system involves me going to the gym in the morning. It involves me writing every morning. It involves me playing the guitar every morning. I did not play the guitar or write today, but I did hit the gym. So I wasn't able to do everything that I wanted to do today. And I have a lot of things that I have to do tomorrow. So tomorrow's gonna be a packed day, and I just did the best that I could today, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. And oh, thank you for plugging in the books, Austin. You already went and feeling good. Thank you for plugging in those books. I appreciate it. Libby says, I don't really understand masking. I never could really figure it out. Well, Libby, I think that you probably couldn't figure it out because I don't see you to mask a lot. But I only know, you like maybe the past 2 years or so. I don't know you before then, or before your ADHD diagnosis. But masking is what people do to fit in. So Libby, just from knowing you here, you appear to be very authentic. Like anytime you're on here, wherever, even if the topic is about like Mickey Ficky stuff or whatever, like you are who you are, and you are unapologetically you. So that's good. A lot of people struggle with that because when you're neurodivergent, especially when you're on the spectrum, you learn, to monitor people's, cadence, the rhythm, how they talk, how they walk, how they live life. And you learn to mirror that so you can fit in. Because whenever you go as yourself, the rejection that you get makes you feel a certain way. So you tend to do what other people do because you want to feel included. So that's the masking. It's something that you do to survive socially. And the older you get, you tend to want to return back to who you really are. And that's why I say we need a safe space to unmask and to be you, to do things that you enjoy doing. And a lot of times, women who are on the spectrum, they'll take on popular interests. So it could be a lady who enjoys NASCAR, but she looks around and she looks at the other girls in her class, other women in the vicinity, and nobody's talking about NASCAR. They're all talking about Barbie and Taylor Swift. So you learn that I have to talk about Barbie and Taylor Swift to be accepted. So you go become an expert on those topics, but you really like NASCAR. There's nothing wrong with Barbie or Taylor Swift, but you really like NASCAR and F1 because that's what you like. But because people don't, at least people in your vicinity don't like those things, you've adapted to what the people in your area like, and now you are taking on their traits just so that you can fit in, because as human beings we need attention, we need to be validated, we need to feel community. These things are needs. It's not optional, it's a need. You're going to need this to feel good as a human, to feel like you're somebody who's worthy of respect, and attention. So these are needs. We have to have these things. Okay. Sound like a little mosquito. All right. Yeah, this is a safe space. I would say this is a safe space to be yourself. That's a goal of mine on all of my live streams. A safe space to say what you're thinking, to say what it's probably too embarrassing to say amongst your friends. This is a safe space. So Sammy, you do the same. Yeah, Livia, I love the way that you're yourself. I love it. There's no way for me to be anybody else. Well, Kitty, you were able to find out before a lot of us, so congratulations on that. Yeah, and it can be very hard to be yourself as a neurodivergent. Yep. I feel like for ADHD, safe space is super important. It allows us to be cathartic. We can't really express ourselves fully in public. I guess that's kind of masking too. For example, dancing in your home. Melanie, this is a great example. This is a great example. You can dance at home, but when you're dancing in public, people are like, what's wrong with her? Like if you got the headphones on, like let yourself feel the music, feel good, take it in. I allow myself to, dance at the gym. Every now and then, I catch myself trying not to dance because like I'll look over and I'll see, the chicks looking, and the chicks they have on their little gym wear and they're looking all cute. So I'm like, oh man, I ain't trying to dance today. And then, I'll put on my music that I really like. I'm like, man, I don't care what those girls think. I'm gonna dance. I'm a two-step. I'm gonna do what I have to do. And I think people can respect authenticity, but we're all trying to do something else. What we think people want from us. Brain dump for ADHD. When you say brain dump, what do you mean? Genuine reaction that people have to your quirks can be extremely hurtful. I agree. And the hard part is that a lot of us are extremely empathetic, so we can understand why they react to us, but it still hurts. It does hurt. And a way to take the power back is to care a little bit less about what they think. I was never really rejected for being myself. I'm aware that I'm not everyone's cup of tea, but I try to be okay with people that think I'm too much. And Libby, that's a superpower. I don't know if that was intentional or if that's just a Libby thing, but that's a superpower that people have to often be taught. So that's amazing. I think it's amazing. It's hard when you find your safe space and then you get scared, anxious to leave it. Right. And look, at times we do have to be uncomfortable, Maddie. We have to, put ourselves out there and be uncomfortable, but you want to have a safe space where you can come back and be yourself. I made an intentional effort to do this in my life, and it's been life changing. People that I can tell the truth to without them looking at you like a monster. It's huge. It's truly huge. That's the music. Yeah, dance everywhere. Dance everywhere. Da, 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 da. This is a Sarah, interesting a veiled topic. So I'll take note of that. I will take note of that. It's a safe space. I really appreciate Amber. I'm happy that you're able to catch us live, and I hope we can catch more in the future. I think this is vital for us to come and just understand each other, because we're all seeking understanding as we go through life. Like, we all want to be understood, and you have two options to feel good when it comes to understanding. You can either be around people who give you that space to be yourself and people who make an intentional effort to understand you, or you can let go of your need for understanding a little bit. Sometimes you have to do both, or a combination of both. We understand why they could be confused, disgusted, or annoyed by our dysfunctions, but at the same time, we can't explain why we can't just stop. And human needs to, maybe we don't have to explain anything. Sometimes there is no explanation. They think how they think, and that's fine. Maybe we don't have to explain a single thing. What if we could just be? That'd be pretty cool if we could just be. I didn't realize how much I did this, especially in conversing with new or even prior acquaintances. I always try to have a personal connection to what they're saying based on my personal experiences, just to fit into the conversation, especially if I'm nervous, and I kick myself for it because I know it gets annoying. Well, Sammy, your people, even if they're kind of like tired of you, or they're like, Sammy's going on a rant. No, you're still gonna be their person. They're not gonna reject you. I think that's very important. Very important. Thank you so much for this, Sammy. I appreciate you. I'm blessed that I currently have a friend like that in my life. She is one of the most non-judgmental, level-headed friends I have ever had. And if you have one person like this in your life, then you're blessed, because a lot of people have no people like this. And when you don't have anybody in your life like this, what tends to happen is you tend to change yourself to fit your environment, when you really probably should be changing your environment, if that makes sense. The circle gets smaller and smaller, and I'm okay with that too. Yeah. Unfortunately, this is how it is in life. I have to say that it gets smaller, and I've had to deal with that as well, and I'm okay with that, because when it comes to friends, I'm a big believer in quality over quantity. And if you have a lot of friends, or people that you consider really, really, really close friends, I'm not sure if I can call it a red flag, but it's just something that I have to keep an eye on. If you have a lot of friends that you're like really deep with, just something to keep an eye on, because it means that you're probably trying to put too much energy into pleasing different types of people. Maddie, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. We need that safe space to be ourselves. It's so important. When you see kids walking around with that joy, like, look at how kids are. I saw a couple of kids dancing at the restaurant the other day. It was like 4 kids. I think they were siblings. They were having like the best time. They were so happy. Imagine if we as adults could do that. But we have to, like, be hard, and we have to like do what's socially acceptable because people are watching. So So yeah, I'm grateful for this channel. Wellness Solutions, I really appreciate that. These comments make me feel so good. This this type of a comment is like the gasoline that keeps me going. So thank you so much. The good friends will gently talk to you and even notice your intentions behind an action when others don't. I have only like 4 to 5 friends, but that's a lot to me. Kitty, I'm the same way in terms of like deep, close friends who I can tell anything to. Yeah, probably count them on one hand. You know, if you can get to two hands, even better for you. I notice the people who I find become my safe space are also neurodivergent. I would love to bridge the communication gap with neurotypicals. Maddie, I would like to do so as well, but I completely agree with you. For me in my life, I find that people who are my safe space are also neurodivergent as well. I don't know what that says. Um, you know, I mean, it says something. Uh, so I would like to bridge that communication gap with neurotypicals too. I think we'd all like to do that, but for me, the people who are my safe space are also neurodivergent. So I'm not sure what that means, but I'd like to look into that because sometimes you can be neurodivergent and your partner is neurotypical, and just because of that right there, the relationship may not work out. I'm not saying that you can't date neurotypicals, but somebody who can't understand you on a fundamental level, it'll be hard. Life would be a little bit harder, and life is already hard. So just keep that in mind. Um, so as a Miller, if it works for you to get your thoughts out, I think you should do that. Maybe making a video, maybe writing it out, but whatever's cathartic for you, I think I would do that. Have less than 10. I don't know too many people that have more than like 10 real friends. I went from having a large group of friends to only a close group of friends. I don't even see them on a regular basis. Yeah, I'm also very close to my siblings and my childhood friends. That's who I'm spending a lot of time with as of late. I mean, caffeine is a stimulant, but I think if you have ADHD, the Adderall will probably do more help for you than the caffeine. I've had a hard time making friends my entire life. And Samantha, if you have a couple of good friends, or even just one, that can do a lot of good for you. Sometimes I think we tend to want to like pile on friends. The older we get, we're like, all right, if I have like one, two, or three, just a couple, I'm okay with that. It's hard to bridge the gap with neurotypicals because they don't use words as communication. They use tones and gestures. Mm. 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 I like that. I like that. Mm. Mm. Yeah, you're giving me a lot of insight, Katie Marie. I like that. Sometimes you find your people in neurotypicals. They just may not know that they're right. I can see that happening too. Caffeine really works as a physiological stimulant rather than a psychological stimulant. That makes sense. Yeah, I see where you're coming from, Blake. Yeah, look them up if you have sensory overload. Don't forget public safe space. Usually they can be found in libraries, behavioral health centers, group therapies. Yeah, I agree. I agree. A public safe space would be helpful. Some people don't have any safe spaces, but public safe space would be it would be helpful. If you can get that, then that's an advantage. Or mental need for caffeine. Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So I think that's kind of like what Blake was saying. And then the third thing in here, let me drop this in, and then also somebody can drop in the magic word so we can get the water break because we're at the 30-minute mark. And after that, I gotta prepare to head out. Most of us pump up party too, though. Sometimes you guys spread your chaotic vibes, let it flow. Bring those chaotic vibes over here. Bring them over here. Bring them, bring them, bring them, bring them. We love those chaotic vibes on this stream. Cheers, big cheers, y'all, big cheers. The water break is something that we do to allow us to get some fluids in. Sometimes we forget to drink water, and we need water. We have to drink, but because a lot of us are neurodivergent, we're gonna forget to drink water. So let's get some water in. Big cheers. You feel better. You feel better. Cheers. Drink water, not wine. Historic non-water drinker. I'm getting better. Good. We do what we can. Public safe space. That wouldn't be on going to the park. Diet cramp. That works as well. Jay, this is a personal like preference with like a clinician and a parent. Normally when it comes to ADHD meds, I like to start at like 6 or 7, preferably like 8 or 9, but it depends. Congratulations. Congratulations. I love the show for you. Chaotic is so my life, trying to juggle cycle breaking, 2 small businesses, homeschooling our kids, and gardening. That's a lot. And the closer you get to a system, is going to be so helpful for you. And I like what Kitty Marie is saying. Kitty Marie is expounding on what I said here. The third thing you need for neurodivergent, people who tell you the truth, even when it doesn't benefit them. So somebody who will tell you the truth and helps you out, and it potentially doesn't help them out, that's somebody who really cares for you. And those are the people that you need in your circle. This is a friend. This is somebody that you could be in a relationship with. These are the things that really, really, really matter. Sammy, thank you for coming on. And Amber, there's nothing wrong with thinking that. Sometimes people think that ADHD meds will work because they're in recovery, but sometimes it's the ADHD meds that keep you in your sobriety and they keep you from relapsing. I do believe that. So people who tell you the truth, even when it doesn't benefit them, are truly on your side. Yep, Kitty, that's what I was saying. Lots of neurodivergents are seen as assholes for being so forward, but honesty is the best policy. I agree. Honesty is the best policy, and I would rather someone be honest with me as opposed to them telling me what they think I want to hear. Honesty is huge. It's huge. People that call you on your BS is very important. It's very important. Oh, come on through fast. You good. You know on camera. You good? Yeah. So people who tell you the truth, even when it doesn't benefit them, that is that's key. Katie says, keep in mind that the truth can hurt sometimes, so you have to keep an open mind too. That's big facts, because a lot of times, sometimes the way we present ourselves to people cannot tell us the truth, because if they tell us what's really going on, we're going to flip out and have this exaggerated, over the top reaction. So you have to create a safe space where you've made it okay for people to tell you the truth. And then when they tell you the truth, you accept it, as opposed to you being upset, and you can be upset, but still just let them know, hey, I want to keep hearing this, as opposed to people around you who will tell you anything. And those are the people who will manipulate you and gaslight you. And if you're a giver, they'll just take. So it's important to know that the people who are with you will tell you the truth, even when it doesn't benefit them. And I agree. You gotta be honest, but not rude. I gotta agree. Kendra, how are you doing? Ain't get the notification. Oh, I see the baby in there, Kendra. Baby's getting older. That's cute. This notification, we are still working to try and fix this issue with Facebook with the notifications. Sometimes I think about switching, like my home for the live streams, maybe going to Twitch full time. I'm not sure, but I want to fix that notification system so that people who are subscribed can get notifications. Because it sucks to have to look on the page and see if I've started the live stream yet, and I'm often super late. Sometimes I was early today. Look at God. I was early today, so that's That is impressive. Done that so many times. Yeah, it's all good. Oh, you turned one on Friday. Oh, wow. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Wow, wow, wow. Time is flying. Time is really flying. What do? I was supposed to do something for a friend and I was late getting it done. She went off on me and blocked me for the last 3 weeks. I wasn't trying to mess up. So, I mean, this appears to be a transactional relationship. Now, once again, I don't know the nature of everything that, was going on, but when you can't get something done for a friend, uh, for them to be upset is fine. But for them to block you and to take it to that next level, we're gonna need grace, and we're gonna need people to, understand this even when we can't get the job done. So this is kind of a bit of an over the top, exaggerated reaction. And they can still be somebody who is in your life. If they're, somebody that you're considering to be a core friend, I'm not sure about that. But they can still be somebody in your life. But normally you would, she hadn't, Libya, I would move on. Honestly, I think I would move on, and not to be mean with to them or anything like that, but maybe just kind of have your real friends here, and then put them in the acquaintance category. You took accountability. You did what you could, and anytime you catch yourself feeling like you have to keep apologizing for something that happened, something is not all the way there. I'm subscribed but don't receive notifications. The only way I know if you're live is if you come across my newsfeed. Yeah, we're gonna have to work on that. I'm gonna ask John about that. All right, hold on a second. All right, John, thank you so much. I'll be looking at my schedule. I'll review it with V. Can you put that I'm gonna do skits with M at 3:30 to 6 o'clock tomorrow? But also, can you let me know what was the follow up when we emailed about the notifications not popping up on Facebook? Did we ever hear back? Yeah, I just want to get some information on that. Thank you so much. All right. Yeah, this does look like some type of silent treatment. Yeah. Tip I have learned growing up in a family of narcissists: if they don't share personal details, be wary. If you're the only one sharing, that person might. I agree, Kitty, and I'm sorry that you have to grow up in that environment. All right, okay. I need to be wrapping up and heading out. Let me see. I'm realizing who I am since my kids were diagnosed with autism. Karen, I'm happy that things are starting to make sense for you, and hopefully you can get an official diagnosis. And it does suck that women have to wait decades to be assessed for this type of stuff. So I'm excited for you as you're getting closer to a legitimate diagnosis. Judith, I will have to look at the most recent research on the RADs, but I do believe in its legitimacy. I'm not on bad terms. Libby, I think that you're not in the wrong in this situation. Jocelyn says, just wanted to let you know I really appreciate your role-playing videos. Well, Jocelyn, guess what? We're making some more videos tomorrow, and we'll make some more role-playing videos. I got a couple lined up for you. So I'm excited to make those. I'm excited. Amber, I appreciate that. We do have a subscription here on Facebook, but I would say don't subscribe to it yet. I'm fixing my system. I have some more full-time assistants on the team now, so we're going to figure out how to provide value through that subscription on Facebook. So we're still working on that. So I just wanted to say that. And I don't know if it would ensure that you would get notifications, but let me talk to John real quick. All right, John. Okay, let's also work with Vanessa to look at our Facebook subscription, and let me know if that will ensure that people will get notifications. Hopefully, we can figure this out sooner than later. Okay. Kendra, if you're in LA, I could have hired you. It's okay. Learned a lot and tried. Well, Kitty, you're helping to educate us over here, so I appreciate you. All right, and as a Miller, thank you so much. Does your site provider ask for your input on treatment, knowing what you do? I just want. Oh, all right. So, and Libby, thank you so much. Libby is one of the OGs of the subscriber group. So, yeah, we're gonna start putting more things in there, especially now that we have, like I have more help, and I needed help. Let me answer this question, and I got to get going. I'm late, but I want to answer this question. Does your psychiatric provider ever ask for your input on your treatment, knowing it's what you do? I just wonder how that goes and if. So, yes, Blake, my psychiatrist does ask, but yeah, because she knows what I do. But sometimes, I don't know. Sometimes I wish, I mean, they're always going to ask what you do. But sometimes I wish I could go in with a blank slate and then just get their opinion on what's going on with me mentally without me saying anything, if that makes any sense. Because obviously, like I say, I was diagnosed with ADHD at 26. I took X, Y, and Z, so she just continues the diagnosis. But sometimes I'm like, it'd be nice to like just get like a clean diagnosis, or like just like wipe off everything and then assess me for ADHD, for depression, for anxiety, for bipolar, for a thought disorder. So yeah, just sometimes that pops up in my head, but I do appreciate my psychiatrist, her asking for my input on things. So yeah, and Kendra, have a week. And yeah, Kitty, it's because you're on Facebook. And yeah, so I will be working with the subscriber group, and I'll have I have like two brand new assistants. Like we have a lot of help now, so we should be able to get this thing going. So, all right, I have to head out. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all, and we may not have streams this week because I'm in the middle of moving, and then my team is coming on, so we're gonna get some more help. But starting next week, I want to have like daily, live streams again. I got some topics and ideas for y'all, so I'm looking forward to seeing y'all at the next live stream. So until then, peace. Take care. Love y'all.